Yo, there he is. There he is.
What up,
Welcome,
players?
welcome, homie. Welcome, homie. How's it going, Chris?
Oh, God. It's good to see your faces.
Oh, you too, man.
Good to see you, man.
Man, how you doing? I talked to Red a little bit, but what's up, Hulk?
Maintaining, man.
Yeah?
We bought a house here in Johnston City, New York, and just been fixing it up and enjoying this quarantine.
Right? That's kind of all you can do.
Yeah.
How old is the girl now?
She's 6 now,
Wow.
and she's huge. She's getting big, man.
Congrats, man.
So he
is
has
my son.
another boy too. You know that, right, Chris?
So, yeah, it was the two.
Yeah.
God dang. Look at us men being men.
Man. Is it too soon to speak about that right now? Do you want to wait for a little bit before we jump right into that? All right, let's do this, man. How you been?
I'm well. Are we rolling? This is it?
This is it. We're rolling.
Okay. I'm so not prepared. I think my phone's away. Man.
Look
as
at
I
me,
said-
man. I'm in a fucking kid's room right now. You can see toys behind me and shit.
I guess.
What you got? What you got?
Nothing. I have my phone, and wherever it is, it's there. I don't need it. I was going to make sure no one called me because that's annoying.
Yeah.
I just went for a run. I'm drinking my diet cream soda. I should drink water, but, you know.
I got
Nice.
LaCroix, water, and some alcohol on deck.
Attaboy. So my wife is pregnant, and I'm taking a break from drinking right now.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Because if she can't drink, I think it's kind of shitty that I can just go ham. So,
Yeah, that's not fair.
yeah, I'm just trying to be thoughtful.
Do you miss it?
No. I mean, we're into like week 22. So she's like allowed a glass of wine now every so often. It's fine. So like we shared like half the White Claw twice, but no, not really.
Yeah.
I did
good,
partake on 420.
Okay.
Other than that, I've been sober.
That's good,
Wow,
man.
The other thing is like when you're not out, like if I was with you guys, I'm like, we gotta smoke something. But you know, you're hanging out
Staying
with
at home.
people.
When did your quarantine start?
That's a good question. I just know I haven't worked since February 15th. That was my last paying show, and I got one paycheck since then because the school owed me money. So my sugar mama is my wife.
Oh, nice.
Oh God.
Man. What's the weather like in Chicago over there now?
It's cool actually. To my knowledge, there's been one protest to like open Illinois, and all of 100 people showed up, and it was some weak shit right there. It was super weak. I think we're pretty level-headed here. It's like, yeah, let the doctors do their job, let the nurses do their jobs, like stay out of the way. Like, but Michigan,
Yeah, that's crazy over there.
they've got their issues.
I think the whole country has issues at this point, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, I was like, I read the New York Times 5 days a week, and Saudi Arabia had like 500 deaths from coronavirus.
Oh my God.
Like that's 500. Like,
There's
that's
some
what we
countries
can't
that
correct.
like haven't had any though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Memorial Day weekend, and I think it's good. America needs a little bit of a timeout. You know?
Right. And it's nice out here in the East Coast anyway this weekend. So people will be out and about, hopefully in the yards, and enjoying their times with their families if they could, and
But just staying away from other people, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, in their yards with their family.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Have the time of your life in your backyard.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, how about this? Tell us a little bit about yourself, because some people won't know. Some people, believe it or not, might not know who you are. So
I believe a lot of people shouldn't know who I am.
Go ahead and tell us who you are, man.
It's funny. I was going to say, well, I was on America's Got Talent 2015, and I made Howie Mandel shake my hand because I'm a hypnotist and he doesn't shake hands. So I was like, shake my hand. You're hypnotized. And he did it. It went viral. Then I had a very short TV show with John Cena and Pamela Anderson, et cetera, et cetera. I also got fired from a TV show from Fox. But as I was describing my wife, I first met Red and Mike and Diamond way before that. And she's like, "How do you know this big guy, Red? Who are you calling brother?" And I was like, "Let me tell you, I was in Dryden, New York, and I didn't do a show that was great. It wasn't a great show. And these two guys were like, 'Hey, we do video. We want to like do something with you.' And I was like, 'All right, let's talk. Let's talk. I can't talk here. Is it cool if like we go to a bar and talk? Cause like I can't talk here.' And they're like, 'Yeah, we'll meet you.' And so this guy Red's like, 'Oh, I don't drink. That's cool.' I'm like, 'Oh, that's cool. Assalamu alaikum.' And then I just get hammered drunk, just angry balls. And I'm like, 'Are you drinking?' He's like, 'No, I don't drink.' I'm like, 'Oh, here are my keys. Are you okay to drive me home? I'll get you a taxi. Don't worry.' So then I'm just like, I'm too drunk. My show is usually better. Red drives me home. I'm like, 'I gotta pee.' I'm jumping out the moving car. And I'm like, 'I'm not usually this drunk.' And then we became friends. And that's how we met. And then I
That's how we
proceeded to do
met.
that like every other time I hung out. Pretty
I got-
accurate?
I gotta say that night was magical, man. It was an amazing time. You know, even though it was our first time like actually hanging out, we didn't really know each other, but I felt like we bonded a lot that night. You know,
Oh, yeah. There was instant trust. Instant
exactly.
trust.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Oh man. All right, so I think Mike might have a couple questions there. You want to start off, Mike?
Yeah, no doubt, man. I was wondering, because you're going to be a parent soon. Do
Yeah.
you still plan on doing shows after the baby?
Yes, but on the weekends and maybe the summer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be a dad who's never there. Like my biggest fear right now, and I'm gonna do everything I can so it doesn't happen. My biggest fear is I'm gonna have a gig somewhere close to the due date, and I'm gonna miss
Yeah.
the birth. That's my biggest fear. But I'm just gonna do
Yeah.
everything I can so that doesn't happen, and I'm gonna get into teaching, whatever, and I'm gonna teach. I don't want the road anymore. Maybe when the kid's older and they can travel with me, but not right now. I put in a
Right.
decade, put in the 10-year. What am I gonna do?
Wow.
Plus, all like, the new hypnotists are on TikTok and stuff, and I got no time for that. Don't care.
Do you think they're lazy because they're doing that? They're not hitting the road and getting their respect?
I respect the hustle. It's hard to perform for people who you can't see, you know?
Mhm.
I respect that hustle, that grind, but it's still, you got to get the repetitions in on stage.
Yeah.
It's like these people who are very funny, on Snapchat, but then they try and do a stand-up hour and it's garbage.
Right.
Right. Well, tell us a little bit about your style of hypnosis. Like, 'cause there's a lot of hypnotists out there that try to go around and do shows. How is yours different than the other ones?
My show. Sorry, guys.
I feel like he's gonna bring a prop back with him. People that are just listening and not watching,
This
Chris
is
is
just
walking
naked.
off the screen. It's going back right now. There he is.
Sorry, guys. The pollen here is insane. It's making me go crazy. I don't think there's a lot of African American hypnotists in this country. And two, I'm relatively young. I was relatively young for doing shows. Like I do a lot of college shows. So I used to be 23 and they were 19, 18-year-old audience members. And then I just kept getting older. It's like I'm phasing myself out of that. But I just try to make, a 75-minute show funny. I hope they can appreciate that I'm not trying to fool them. Like, I literally going to say something. I have no reason to lie to you. Yes, I'm getting paid to be here, but if I'm lying to you, you should call bullshit.
Mhm.
You know?
Right.
And it's funny, like, you said I was doing a show in New York where you are, and East Coast audiences are a lot harder than Midwest audiences. Like people in the Midwest will love you no matter what. Like, hey, hi, friend. New York, it's like, get the out of my face. New York is a different breed. California too. Like I did a show, either coast, and it's going to be a little bit harder. Washington's fine. Oregon's fine. Oregon's never seen brown people, so they're like, this is unique. But yeah, you go to LA, you go to New York, and people are like, I don't trust you. What are you selling?
You said it started when you were 23 years old. Is that the first year started professionally to do hypnosis?
Yeah, 23.
How was that? How was that?
Out of my dad's house, out of my apartment and into my dad's house. Like I was working at a university full time. And my dad's like, you got a lot of stuff. What's going on? I was like, Dad, I quit my job. I'm going to be a traveling hypnotist. And he just like put his hands in his head. And he's like, no, no. I was like, Dad, it's going to work. He's like, can you get your job back? If it doesn't, I'm like, it's going to work, Dad. It has to work. And that was 10 years ago.
So you were in college when you started practicing for it?
Chris, what's been your most it says internet connection.
Hold on.
I had that for a second too, but then it got mad at us.
Does it still say it in your end?
Can you guys still hear me? It says my internet connection's break.
I can hear you. Chris?
You guys just keep freezing up a little bit. Okay. Good.
I'm trying to move so you know that I'm alive.
Oh, okay.
Let me see.
My snake dance. Red, you look a little choppy.
I'm choppy a little bit too.
Let's get back. Let's just see if it heals itself.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear me, you guys, right?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. What was your question, Mike?
I was going to ask Chris, what's been your most rewarding session that you've had?
So that's a good question. That's a really good question. Every now and then I'll do something usually for TV where I help people get over fear or phobia or bad habit. So I helped a gentleman get over his fear of roller coasters. We went to Six Flags Great America. Some lady who's in her 70s, she lost 80 some pounds with my audio.
Wow.
And every now and then I get like an email from someone abroad who's like, hey, I'm a big fan. I listened to your video and I quit smoking. Thank you so much, bro. And I'm like, that's pretty cool because I've never met the person. I don't know who the person is. Like, that's fun for me. I don't know if there's a single thing. America's Got Talent was cool, but you know, I got to film in Gabriel Iglesias's car museum. Like, that was cool. I got to meet Fluffy.
I was going to ask you about that. How did that come about? And any stories that happened during filming that show that's sticking in your mind?
Yeah, I think it kind of snowballed after America's Got Talent. What did I do? I got on. Walmart wanted me for a commercial, and it was make you feel like a kid again. So they had all these adults who were like kind of jaded, and I hypnotized them so that they're little kids, and they're playing, they're happy, and all that. And then they said, we want to do something where you hypnotize people not to recognize celebrities. And I was like, okay. And they kind of put that with the Walmart idea, where you take someone who loves a person, they don't recognize them, and then the whole like, I can't believe it's you. This is the greatest thing. Like, this is a dream come true. But 6 episodes, 6 celebrities. It didn't get renewed for Facebook Watch, which is fine because, I mean, it's weird telling people you have a TV show, and they're like, what channel? You have to be like, it's on Facebook. Like my dad, he's seen the episodes, but I don't know how. Like, he doesn't have Facebook, and My dad's never used more than a flip phone. He's never used GPS. My dad's 73. And that gives me some perspective. My dad's like, I don't care. Like, whenever you're getting your own head, son, realize 1 billion people in China don't care about you and don't know you. It doesn't matter. Like, don't think you're that important.
Good way to look at it.
Yeah.
It's perspective. It helps. Yeah.
Any stories from filming with John Cena or Gabriel Iglesias or Pamela Anderson? Anything that happened that off screen?
Pamela was very down to earth. After she's like, I'm done. You have it all. Like, I'm done. She just sat there and ate her lunch, like at a diner with people next to her. Like,
That's awesome.
her bodyguard was this huge. I don't know if he was Samoan or whatever, but he was just all shoulders and he was just super chill. I was like, God dang. Like, that's my thing. Like, I always get in with the bodyguards, like real close. Because they want attention. They're bored. They have to hold the purse while the person uses the bathroom.
Right.
But it is special, like meeting someone you've already seen naked. Like, I don't know how many Americans haven't seen Pamela Anderson naked, and I met her after seeing her completely naked. Like, hello, ma'am. It's nice to see you with clothing on. Like, how do I say I'm a huge fan without sounding very creepy?
Yeah, I saw the episode. I mean, I seen them all, but I rewatched the episode with John Cena a couple of days ago, and he seemed genuinely shocked about what you can do. Like, was that actually his reaction on screen too?
I don't understand this because he's the executive producer. He was excited about the show, but he told me he didn't believe it would work, and he didn't believe in hypnosis. He was skeptical. And I was like, okay, cool. Leave it open mind. I'm going to do my best. I got my work cut out for me. Let's go. But the idea of him attaching his name to something he doesn't know is going to work, but he's like, let's see what happens. I'm John Cena. I take risks. Like, that to me is kind of cool and crazy. But no, he was down to earth. In terms of being professional, like, they gave me, I don't know the word for it in the business. I'm not in the business like that, but you have to do promo. So you shoot the episode and then you go, hey, I'm Chris Jones. Be sure to watch next week's episode. And hey, I'm Chris Jones. This is John Cena. Be sure to watch Double Take only on Facebook Watch. You do that for a general trailer. And they gave it the talking points, the script. And I'm like, yeah, they're giving us a script we have to do. Is that okay? It's like, yeah, fine. It's like, oh, that's a lot. I'm like, yeah, I know. We're just getting it like for the first time. Did you just get this? And I'm looking for sympathy. He's like, yeah, I just got it now. Takes his 2 fingers. Okay, I got it. Let's go.
Holy shit.
I'm like, no! How? He knew his lines and my lines, and we're doing it. And he goes, I think you messed up a line. You were supposed to, we have it, run it back. Yeah, you said you had it backward. Just take your time, do it again. And we did it like 4 times. And he was super, super cool about it because I kept effing up. And he's like, just take your time. Take your time. There's no rush. For Gabriel Iglesias, however, he's like, all right, what we got, man? Fool, I'm not doing this. And he just did his own thing. I'm like, I'm Chris. I'm Gabriel Iglesias, and he's going to make people go to sleep. You should watch it. Hi, John Cena. And like, next one, let's go. I'm Chris. That's Gabe. He's Fluffy. Chris, go to sleep, fool. Boom. And I was like, this is amazing. Just improvising. Like, it was perfect.
That's pretty neat, man.
Good times.
That's pretty cool. How did it help you at all after the show? Did it open up more opportunities after people watched that?
I don't think I've done anything since that. I mean, you get to do like TV things. Every now and then I get to be on TV, and that's cool because someone says, "Oh, didn't I see you on Windy City Live?" And I'm like, "Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that." And I do appreciate that. But you don't get paid just to be on TV.
Right.
So I don't know if it's a catch-22, but you have to get on TV to stay relevant Then you have to pay someone to get you on TV. Then you need to find work to get money. So
That's
I don't know.
an unusual job, right? Like you have to pay to be
Yeah.
on TV so you can get jobs from that actual.
Like if you were at a bank, you'd have to make money to tell people, hey, I work at this bank, come to my bank. And then they come to your bank and they give you money. And then you're like, all right, I'm going to use your money to tell more people I work at this bank.
Right.
Tune in my bank. I don't know.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of work there. Have you been doing anything exciting for this quarantine time? Have you done anything? I know you said your wife is pregnant, so you probably staying home most of the time. But have you, even at home, have you like been playing anything? Have you been watching stuff or?
I had one video game system. I had a Sega Genesis senior year of high school. And I'm not that old. I'm 32. So like senior year was 2004. Yeah. So in 2004, I had a Sega. No, I don't do fun things. I went for a run. I walked the dogs with my wife. I have a whole bunch of camera equipment behind me finally. So that's cool. I got some mirrorless Sony cameras and I got a drone over there. I'm afraid to crash, so it hasn't flown yet.
Yeah, man, you came up.
I came up. Try and buy my feelings away.
That's nice. You said you're working on building something for virtual shows, right?
Yeah.
Is it something that you might be doing in the future, or is it something that?
Because with colleges, I don't know what's going to happen in the fall. I've been doing colleges, and that's my bread and butter. And colleges are saying we don't know what kind of activities we're going to have, if we can even do close activities. So my agents are saying, hey, Chris, what kind of show can you do for people at a distance? And I'm like, we could Zoom. And for like each Zoom room, there could be like 5 people, 6 people. So I could talk to maybe 40 people and hypnotize someone from each room. And they're like, we don't understand. I'm like, I'll have to make you a video. Or like a drive-in, like, you know, the theater.
I've seen some artists that started doing a drive-in thing.
Right, like, yeah.
Yeah, so that would work.
Or like on a football field, everyone has their own yard marker, and you need 2 yard markers for 6 feet, and that's it, you know.
Right.
We'll just see. God's plan.
Yeah, we'll see how things progress the next few months, right? Hopefully by fall when school start again, things to be.
I'd like to work, but I also feel bad. Like my cousin, she's gonna be a senior. She is a senior, and she's trying to start freshman year of college. You know, and they keep pushing back her move-in day, and I want her to have a good college experience. You know, it's her first time being away from home. I'm very excited for her. It's not fair. That's the way the world works, but not fair.
Right.
Chris, you have a tattoo on your arm, don't you?
I do.
And if I remember right, you wanted to do something on your bucket list. You wanted to run a marathon, right?
Close to it. I wanted to win the Chicago Marathon. So my arm says, I will win the Chicago Marathon and set a world record.
But you ran it though, right?
I did run it once. So I've done a few marathons, but I ran Chicago once. And my wife beat me by 4 minutes.
Oh my God.
She just came in from yeah. So I don't plan, as you guys know. We're friends. I don't plan. And a big part of running a good marathon, racing it well, is being in shape and leading up and building up. I don't do that. I just go, oh, there's a marathon in 2 weeks? I'll start dieting now. And so I don't know. I've run like 6, 7 marathons, but I've never won one. I've finished third a couple of times.
Third is good. How many people won that race when you won third?
Maybe 200.
Yeah, that's good. I'd be like in 90 something if I was right.
Everyone has their skill. Mine is not planning ahead and hopping into a 26-mile run.
Mm.
Skills.
That's pretty neat. Oh man.
Digging the bottle. I saw you got a little marijuana leaf on there. I was going to ask you about that earlier. Do you find that after you quit smoking, your dreams started returning to you? Because I know marijuana tends to suppress dreams.
Interesting. I've never had an issue with that. I'm like I said, a weird person. I only read biographies. And last night I actually read The Alchemist, which is just a novel. It's fiction. And I had really happy dreams. Like to the point where like I have to tell my wife that I didn't have any depressing dreams. And I remember them and I'm like, I'm gonna start reading fantasy before bed from now on.
Mm.
Pretty interesting. What was I was gonna ask you something there. Do you think artists got hit hard by this pandemic? Is it something that
Unless you're like an established artist who's made, the tour and the record sales and the merchandise, you're hurting from this. I mean, every live show canceled, every theater canceled.
right. Do you think we'll ever recover from it? Do you think the artists will ever recover from that?
Excuse me. Like in my case, Chris Jones, my company, could go bankrupt, but that's okay. I can even have a few years of not making money and still be fine. I mean, if we turn a little bit, each one of these clear bins, they're a tax return. And I learned you only need to have a profit every 5 years if you're a business. So you can lose money, and then have to make a profit, which could be $10.
Right.
And you could just have a business that keeps losing. Because I remember one year I was performing, I put on Facebook, not to brag, just for an awareness piece, like, oh man, I got my tax bill. I owe $30,000 in taxes. It's crazy. One person responded, my wife is a teacher and she doesn't make $30,000 in a year. And another person, a comedian, wrote below that, dude, you need a better accountant. So I called the second dude and said, hey, what do you mean I need a better accountant? He said, he's throwing you off, man. You need to be writing things off. You need to be deducting things. So I got a different accountant. I said goodbye to my old accountant. He was pissed at me. And he said, why do you think you can do these things? I'm like, well, can I? I was like, yeah, but you're not organized enough. You're going to get audited. But I just started, writing off typical business expenses. I thought you had to do it a certain way. But if it's essential for work or a part of work, then write it off and the government kind of covers you in that sense.
Mm. So how much money is involved before you have to claim on your taxes?
That's a good question. I can't answer that. I'm not a financial advisor or an accountant, but I don't know if it's over $10,000, like hypothetically. Like when the girl's born, we're going to have a lemon stand for her just so she can appreciate having, a job and understanding. You have to buy the product.
You said a girl?
We're having a girl, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
That's exciting. Have you thought of a name yet?
No, we're thinking of names. We're thinking of names. I got quiet for a second because my wife is real pretty. Got a pretty wife. And she's going to compensate for my looks.
Oh, come on.
And then we'll probably have a pretty girl, and I'll just be like, all right, let's teach her martial arts. let's teach her Muay Thai.
One thing I wanted to ask you, I think you use this in your acts too, is the fact that you look like Drake, or Drake looks like you. There you go, put it that way.
Yes.
How many times do you get that when you're walking outside? Like you get that a lot in your shows, but do you get it like randomly walking outside and someone, hey?
It's always men. And it's more so like, I think it's people realize that it's rude to just tell a stranger they look like someone. But it doesn't happen on the street. But in a grocery store, where like you're allowed to talk to people a little bit more because
Yeah.
you're in that bubble together. It's like, oh man, I thought Drake was buying Kool-Aid. I was like, nah, it's just me. I like Kool-Aid. Or like anytime I post a video, it's like, oh, why does Drake care about politics? And I'm like,
Yeah, I
idiot,
saw that
I'm
in
not
some.
Drake.
I saw that in some
Should
of
care about politics.
the comments on Double Take. Some people, oh, he looks like Drake. Oh, Drake has
Drake trying to hypnotize?
There got to be like at one point, I'm sure you get a little annoyed by it, right? If somebody, they always referring you to an artist like that.
So annoyed. I'd be out with my cousin Brandon after a show. We're in the club. He trying to look for weed. I'm drinking. And I'm just dancing. Then the Drake song comes on. I just go. And I say, hey, you hear this? You hear this? She's like, what's wrong? I was like, you hear this? What's your problem? You looks like me. They're like, what? Why are you upset about this? It's because I want all the attention.
Exactly.
Chris Jones show. So I've had to learn, like my dad says, son, you're not that important. 1 billion people in China don't care about you.
That's one way to stay humble, right? To
One
think
way
that.
to stay humble.
Yeah.
But do you hear like Drake has almost as many #1 songs as the Beatles?
I heard about that somewhere. Yeah.
I'm not lying. He's down by like 1 or 2 records, and the Beatles.
And he's still young.
He's definitely gonna pass.
He's one person.
He's our age.
He's 34 in October. But whatever. God's plan.
Oh,
Have
man.
you heard Drake's song? Let me real fast. One more thing about it. Have you heard his song Rings?
Rings?
No.
No.
So I'm pretty sure that NBA was like, hey, Drake, we need a hit song for the NBA Finals. It doesn't have to be long. We just need like a catchy hook. And the song goes, I got a really big team. They need some really nice rings. Better be coming with no strings. Better be coming with no strings. I got a really big team. They need some really nice rings. Better be coming with no strings. And it just goes on for 2.5 minutes, and it's horrible.
Oh my God.
Damn.
So if you're listening, look up Rings. But I'm sure he made millions of dollars. The NBA was like, here's a sack of money and a pile of drugs. Make us a song.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I am jealous.
Do you ever think that some of the big artists make too much money compared to like smaller? Because a lot of times that I think when I watch like some independent artists, they're amazing, and when you think a lot of artists that are now they're making a lot of money just to perform live. In comparison, some would say that they're not really in the same level, but the person is still making triple of what the other person is making. Is that something that you ever think about when you're performing, or are you thinking about?
I mean, I think it's kind of like that for every performer. To bring it, I'm sorry to bring it back to me, but I've done a show where I get done and they say it was a great show. I shake people's hands, say thank you for coming, and they say we had this performer, and I go, oh, you had that performer last time? How long ago? Like, oh, 2 weeks ago. I'm like, oh, he's a friend of mine, and I know how much he got paid, and I think, my goodness, he adds a 0 to my paycheck and shows up.
Damn.
Wow.
Like, not double what I'm getting paid. Take my check and add a 0. And I'm like, God dang. And I'm giving 20% to my agent off the top. So in the music world, yeah, I'm sure Drake's getting $1 million for a show to show up, maybe to sing, maybe to sync his music. And the other thing is, like, you watch Saturday Night Live, and they do the show, they perform for Saturday Night Live, And then the commercial is one of their commercials. Then they're in the skit, and it's like you're just making money hand over foot. Like you got a 4-minute commercial of you doing your song on a Saturday night, and hey, I get it. It's marketing. You got to sell. Again, I'm jealous. I want this money, but I don't.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like if you are worth it, if your performer, if your act is worth it, then you should be paid that amount, you know. And it's and that's when I think about it. I see a lot of talented people that are not getting their chance just because it's really hard to break into any business at this point as far as entertainment. But the fact that some people make way too much and people that are really talented not having a hard time just to break through, sometimes it really makes me like feel for them, you know what I mean? Especially the people that I know that would never make it just because they can't get to that point.
You two have been in the studio. You guys made at least one rap song, and that should be sold on iTunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you used it. Did you use it a couple of days ago or like 3 days ago or something like that?
Yes. My hang up is being the entertainer is a real bipolar life. You have to advertise yourself. But then when they're like, dude, how much does he love himself? Like the chorus of the song is his name. I'm like, my friends made it. My friends mean a lot to me. And once upon a time, they were my security guards at a bar. And no one... Why I needed security guards because I didn't, but it was amazing. Yeah, that was great.
Do you remember what town that was when we did that?
I do.
That was Potsdam, wasn't it?
Potsdam, New York.
Oh man!
And we stayed in a crappy hotel, and we smoked a lot. And then the next day, I got up relatively early, and I was driving, returning a car or whatever. And like the night before, like we went to Walmart because everything was closed, and like we bought all this food, and we're just eating food in the room, like full turkeys and chicken, beef jerkies. And the next day, you know, I'm in the parking lot, and I see this couple, and I go, "Good morning," and the guy goes, "You're staying in this room?" I was like, "Yes." And he goes, "Do you travel much?" And I'm like, "Yes, I travel much. Like I travel all the time." I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And he goes, "The walls aren't very thick." And I go, "Oh," like my whole body started to deflate. He said, "You know, you guys were pretty loud last night, and it was up pretty late, and we heard pretty much everything you guys were like." I'm like, "I'm so sorry. Like I really, I'm horribly sorry." He's like, "No, it's okay. I just wanted you to know." And I felt so bad. Like my emotions took a 180. Like I was so high, feeling so good. Like weed, it's better than a hangover.
Yeah.
All the way to like thinking this guy's racist. Like I travel all the time, and he's just like, "I just want you to know, like you were very loud and the walls were thin, and I want you to be thoughtful for the next time."
Oh God.
I felt like a big piece of shit, and I had to tell the front desk worker that we broke the suitcase holder. You know the little things that open. You put the suitcase on. I had to be like, "Hey, I'm sorry. We were in the room, and I broke this." And she's like, "You were jumping on it." I'm like, "I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you, I broke it. I didn't jump on it. Who can jump on this?" She's like, "It wouldn't be that." I'm like, "No, it 100% broke because I sat on it. Who can jump on this? Like, it's cloth." She's like, "Maybe you did." And I'm like, "Yeah, I just sat on it. I'm telling you. How are you gonna fuck with me on this?" And then I drove all the way back to Canada and flew home.
Oh my God.
I was gonna ask you something. Mike? Do you have a question?
I do. Have you ever had an experience where somebody who's been under maybe isn't fully under and they start to freak the fuck out and have a panic attack or anything like that?
They get so hypnotized they don't wake up. Not so much like it doesn't work enough, like it works too much. And yeah, I've had a few panic attacks. My wife's seen a couple people. She tried to talk out a young lady who like went back to her dorm And like they wheeled her back in a 4-wheeler, and she's like, and I'm like, and Stacy, she's so smart. My wife, she's like, play back the song you used to hypnotize him. I'm like, that's a great idea. Yeah, but people get scared, and especially because it's like moving week. And the other thing I noticed is it would always be like the same school, and I think it's because like they'd have sexual assault awareness training, and then they'd have a hypnotist. So like for an hour or two, they talk about people being taken advantage of, people being inappropriately touched, and then, hey, here comes a hypnotist. You're going to be unconscious and you're do shit, and then you're not going to remember it. So routinely, people would have panic attacks at this one school, and it would be guys and women. Like, it didn't matter. And they keep bringing me back, and I was like, Scott, my agent, please tell them, stop booking me. He's like, okay. You're back. They gave you another $200. I'm like, no, Scott, I don't want to go back. He's like, all right. It's a flat fee, $3,100. You're killing me. You got it. I'm like, I'm a whore for the money. So yeah, I've had incidences where people don't snap out.
I was scared when we were in Canada. I'm scared of being like out of control of everything, and I don't know if I was actually under or not, but I was definitely afraid of going under.
Was that the Gentleman's Expo?
Yeah.
It had to have been, right?
we were
in a bar, and it was a marijuana bar.
Yes.
I remember that. Yeah.
All about that. That was so much fun.
Yeah. Then you tried to hypnotize Mike at that time, didn't you?
That sounds like something I would do. Oh yeah. Because we had so few people.
Yeah.
Mike came on stage, and he didn't move, but he said a lot of funny stuff. But like at the wrong time, like everyone wake up, and Mike's just here and not moving, and he's and I'm prepping him to be funny, and everyone sleeps, and Mike would be like, and just say the funniest shit, like da 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 da. He said this da da da. I'm like, say that with your head up. It's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have that on camera. I think we got everything on camera there.
I believe it. Oh, man. It was us. Adam Grabowski came out, and there was some comedian who was on Just for Laughs, because that was the weekend of Just for Laughs in Canada. And my manager Alex came by. We stayed in that high rise, and the place was so cool because weed wasn't legal, but they just said if they're going to bust us, that's fine because everyone likes weed and we're not hurting anyone. And we got, I remember being so high, like I couldn't talk and move for a while.
Is it legal now in Toronto? Do you know?
Yeah, it's legal in Canada now.
The whole country. Oh, that's cool.
Canada, and they banned assault rifles.
Huh, interesting.
I need to be in Canada. Like I tell my wife, like, if Trump's president for another 4 years, we're going to go to Canada. Like, what's the point?
Right. What you drinking?
Take me to Toronto. Mio.
Oh, yeah, I've had those. I've had the lemon drops.
Flavored lemon drops?
Yeah, they're pretty good, man. The lemonade.
This apparently has caffeine in it, which I need. That's my drug.
You're wearing a Tottenham shirt, aren't you?
Allegedly.
Do you know any?
Check out 27.
Oh my
later.
God! I was gonna say you look just like Lucas Moura.
Right?
Who you actually watched the games, or somebody told you?
No, I don't know how I knew. Someone said, when you're light skinned black, you look like everyone. So they're like, you like Lucas, and I'm like, what? From that team? And I'm like, my wife likes soccer. I don't know the teams for shit. But and that's not a diss on soccer. Like my wife loves soccer, and she's awesome. Great at soccer. We went to Bolivia, and we played a pickup game, and we're playing at 15,000 feet. So 3 times Denver, like super thin air. And my wife scored like 4 goals on these people. Like we played to 11 and she just crushed them. And they're like, give it to Stacy. I was like, yeah, Stacy. And I was like, yeah, that's my wife. Stop. I want that MVP. We're playing against men. Like, I don't know if that was obvious, but she's just, it was great.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How long have you been together?
3 years. Yeah. Because we met. I went crazy. She came to the psych ward to help me out of it. And yeah, definitely spent my 30th birthday in the psych ward.
Oh my God, you got to talk about
Yeah,
that.
I remember that. I remember that happening.
Hi, baby. 4 years. 4 years. She said she gave me these. She's like, 4 years you were crazy. You've been crazy for me 4 years. It's a Zoom call. You can come out if you want to let them see you in a towel.
I'm in the towel.
Rrr.
No, I'm good. I'll wear this one.
So the long story short of it is, if you are sitting in your car and you're listening to the radio and you think the radio, honest to God, is trying to give you messages, you should tell one person you trust and follow their advice towards seeing a professional. Because I told a few people something was going on in the world, and they gave me good advice, but it was all different advice, and I kept ping-ponging, and then next thing you know, I was on an airplane, and I thought, honest to God, we were all going to die on the airplane because of my sins. And then I kind of woke up wearing a paper gown, and then they said, Chris, you're bipolar schizophrenic. You have to take these pills. And I was like, ugh. And literally, I thought, like, even while I was in the hospital, like, there were snipers going to kill me.
Yeah.
And, yeah, sweet wife. She kept visiting me, or girlfriend at the time. And then they let me out a week later. Like, literally, my dad snuck in a deck of playing cards for my birthday. We weren't allowed to have cake because a lot of people had different health issues. Like some people had low sodium, whatever, high blood pressure. But he couldn't sneak in a cake, but he got me a deck of cards. And that made me feel a lot better. Like me having a deck of cards and doing magic for people who are also in a bad emotional place, and them being like, what the hell? And like literally when someone's also like paranoid and they punch you because of your card trick, I felt really good about that. And they let me out a few days later, and they gave me lithium, which if you know anything about anti-schizophrenic pills or antipsychotics.
That's the strongest shit.
That's the strongest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had that for a while.
Mhm.
And the only hiccup there was they said you can't drink alcohol with lithium. And so I told my comedian friends, and they're like, sounds like you're a real comedian now, because all of us have had that.
Wow.
The funny people look at the world just a little bit different, you know?
Do you think that you think working too much might have
Yeah.
been
I mean, part
possible?
of it was my mom had passed away. My mom died day before Halloween, and she had cancer, and I didn't take any time off. And I prayed when she got sick that she wouldn't suffer. And she prayed I wouldn't like miss my job, my gigs, because I love performing. And I literally remember the prayer. It was like I was at the airport. She's like, don't come home. I have cancer. I want you to focus, do your shows. And I was like, God, if you make my mom suffer, I'm not going to forgive you. It's probably not how you're supposed to talk to like your creator, but that's how I did. And I think after all the working and every morning when she did pass, like I couldn't sleep after a certain point. And I was awake for like a couple days. And just that, not sleeping for a few days, I thought every airplane was gonna Donnie Darko me and like let something drop on me and I would die and it would prevent other people from dying. And then I was on the airplane and I was like, this airplane's gonna crash because of me. They put out the pilot and the pilot's like, And he's like, I've seen it all before. He's fine. He's fine. And yeah. So the moral of the story is drink your water, don't mix your drugs, and get your rest.
Are you
Happy-
are you still taking anything?
I am not. Part of it is I'm not on alcohol, and I am sleeping more, and a lot of stressors have been reduced. So I'm not gonna lie, like Kanye West described his issue when he went cyborg. He said, when you're there, you think everyone's an actor, and everyone is trying to trick you to say something. And I definitely had the feeling that I was like, all right, this is a skit, right? If I say the right combination of things, that door opens. My family says, congratulations, and you've won. But it's not a skit or a skit. It's just your arm in your brain, and you need a cast for your arm in your brain. And if you should, you're going to make it worse. That's my analogy.
When I was having my panic attacks and ended up in the psych ward, I felt like the world was becoming real predictable. I felt like everything around me was real predictable. And like you said, an actor, everybody had their own role that they were playing, and it was a narrative that was going on around me. And I didn't take it serious. I was like, yeah, you're full of shit. But yeah, definitely it's a scary place to be in.
And I don't know if I can relate to that, and you don't know who to trust. Did you have that fear? Like, all right, there's only a couple people I can trust. No one else gets the level of trust. And even them, they're kind of crazy. Did you have an issue with that?
Definitely didn't trust my doctor. He wanted to prescribe me with shit. And I was just like, no, this isn't happening.
And the scary thing, another scary thing is, armor, I was afraid I was going to lose whatever my it is. Like, they give me these pills, I'm not going to have my sense of comic timing. I'm not going to have the same personality. And in a lot of things, their performance, their stage persona is their sense of self.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want these pills. I don't need these pills. I've gone fine without these pills.
And that actually happened.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not even funny anymore since I've started taking this medicine that I'm on. I just don't have it anymore.
But you've been with medication for a while, and we all think you're funny. Do you not recognize when we're laughing at the things you say that are funny, your funny things?
I feel like I can't even think of funny shit anymore. Like it's just a block that's up. It's like a whole different personality that I have now.
But we'll be on the road in the hotel and you'll say the most ridiculous thing and Red and I will be dying. And you're just like, yep, that's how I feel. Was he funny? That's just how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I think an incident that we're not going to go into, but you're like, I had a plan. I was going to take my shirt off. We're like, how would that help?
Yeah,
Me with my shirt off, it would solve everything.
And I miss those days, man.
Absolutely. We're going to do it again. I mean, when this thing is over, we can fly to a place where there's no COVID. We can do a show.
That'd be cool, man. I haven't seen
them passports.
When was the last time we actually were together in a show? Trying to remember. What was the last one we did?
Philadelphia was one. Philadelphia University.
Oh wait, I think no. I think the
Because I
last one
remember.
wasn't that Kentucky. The last one we did wasn't that you had a show there where I'm trying to remember exactly what happened, but it was like an expo or something for colleges. What do you call those?
Oh, a NACA.
NACA. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Covington, Kentucky, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's the last one we did.
I believe it. Damn.
That was like
Do you guys
2016 or
have
something.
diaries? Because I have diaries. My goal when I was starting was like to perform at a NACA, just to showcase once. And now, it's like every time there's a showcase, like I win a spotlight, and I'm like, that's cool. That's cool. I'm not bragging. It's things I take for granted now. It's like, huh. But I don't. I just want now a healthy kid. And Mike, you were talking about when your daughter potty training, and it's the coolest thing that she was just so proud that she took a poopy in it. Do you remember this?
I don't, man, but
Two things you're like, man, I'm pushing her in the swing, and she just thinks it's the best thing. She's just like laugh it off and just push her in the swing. Oh, it's so cool. She's just so happy. Push a swing, and then she's like, Daddy, look, I made a duty. She's showing me her poop in the toilet and so proud. It's great.
we still bond over the swing thing to this day. We have a swing in our backyard, and that's a special time for us.
That's awesome.
So I told you yesterday that we have somebody who's going through rough time, and so he's waiting in a waiting room right now. Do you think we're ready to have him in, to bring him in?
100%. Yeah.
Okay. I'll bring him in. Hey, Jeremy, can you hear me?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, what
I
up?
should turn my tune. Nothing. How are you, Chris?
Good. And yourself? Oh, there's the culprit right there.
Oh, brother. My life right now is hot garbage.
Okay, so let's do this. So we have this is Chris right there. You can see the name, and Mike, my co-host, and I'm Red. I've talked to you yesterday.
Yeah.
So why don't we start this? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and tell us a little bit about what you wanted from Chris to help you with today?
Okay. So I'm Jeremy. I'm 37. Life has not been great. So in December, my fiance and I, well, ex-fiance now, we had a miscarriage, and we pushed each other away. And she ended up leaving in late February. And then, we started talking, trying to see if we could work things out. My drinking was a problem, but I've put that down. I said I'll never have another drink except for maybe a champagne whenever I get married again. And then in March, the Rona came around and shut everything down. So I was unemployed, and with her autoimmune disease, she couldn't be around me. So any chance of us working things out kind of went away. So I went back to drinking again, and I've been smoking more and more. And it's been tough because I had the corona for 3 weeks in April, and now I've been corona free for over a month. And Friday was the anniversary of my dad's death. He's been gone 5 years. Thursday night I was in a bad spot. Like, dude, I just wanted to be done. And that's when I was like, I gotta quit drinking. I really gotta change everything about me. So I've been working hard, not just these past couple of days, but for weeks now, to try to be the man I should be. I had gastric bypass a year and a half ago. I was 350 pounds after I broke my back. Now I'm a $184.
Wow.
So I've never had, well, I can't say I've never had, because, I was probably 14 the last time I was this size. So I've never had this confidence that I've been really wanting. And I get frustrated easily. And that was one of her things that she was always telling me. She's like, if I tell you something, you get frustrated so fast. And I'm like, well, that's my old man in me. I couldn't tell my dad anything without him instantly like, oh. So Red had said that, this was mainly for me to put these stupid damn things down. But if there's a way that you can help me, try to become this man that I am so desperately trying to be. Someone more calm, someone more confident, someone that's not so afraid. Dude, you would change my life.
Chris?
Well, thank you for sharing all that.
Yeah, dude, I know it's a lot. I'm sorry.
No, don't. I don't want you to apologize, and you don't need to apologize. We were talking about mental health just before this, and not as abstract. My issues with mental health, me spending my 30th birthday in a psych ward, me losing mom, who you've lost a parent. It's kind of like God dying.
Yeah.
At least in my case, it was like I've lost part of my creator. Like,
my dad said when he lost his dad, my grandmother died 8 months before that. He looked at me sobbing. No, my dad, not a crier. He said, I'm an orphan now.
mm-hmm.
And now it's starting to click like, okay, I can see how you could feel like that.
Yeah. You seem like a very good person.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that.
And I always people who want to transcend where they are. And we're going to hypnotize you, and your quality of life is going to go up. What's one thing going on right now that's positive?
I'm healthy. I'm slimmer than I've ever been. All the rest of me, like my blood pressure, all that stuff, I'm healthy. I have a good family that's supporting me. I have 2 beautiful little nieces that, I want to be here for as long as I can. So my family, that's really what I have going for me right now.
Okay. So what you just did there is you gave me 3 things. I asked for 1. You gave me a very sad story, an authentically, truly sad story. You've had a lot of hardships. You're at your lowest point. I asked for 1 thing. You said, nieces. I've never been healthier. It sounds like assumption your medication is going down. Were you on medication for high blood pressure and things like that?
No. The only medications I take, I have to take vitamins. Since the gastric bypass, you don't get all the nutrients and everything from your food anymore. Now I have to take vitamins every day. But hey, it's just vitamins.
Yes, I am. Sorry, it's my wife.
Oh,
She's fine. She handles everything. You've never been healthier.
as most.
Nieces and slimmer than you've been. I don't want to put other words in your mouth. What's the goal of quitting smoking? I want you to articulate how your life would change for the positive once you're no longer smoking.
So I have some scar tissue in my lungs
Yeah.
from I had scarlet fever when I was a kid, and it killed me for like 5 minutes. So I have some scar tissue, and that's why they were so worried when I got the corona, because it attacks your lungs. And my lungs were already weak as it is. So that's really why I need to quit, because my lungs
Out of here, buddy.
my lungs need it. And I don't want, you know, I saw my grandmother and my grandfather toting around oxygen tanks. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want to be healthy.
Okay. I think we have enough ammunition there. You're going to quit smoking, and this happen within the next 3 days, period. My chief would tell you that I don't, and I've never charged anyone to quit smoking or lose weight. I'm a performer. I do my shows, and then the venue pays in terms of me helping people. I want to help people because I have this skill and someone can't afford me. They might not make it because they're afraid of the cost. So I'd rather say, no, it's free for everyone. Yeah, we're going to hypnotize you. This part might get edited out of the podcast.
Yeah.
Have you ever been hypnotized before?
No.
Well, I'm pretty okay. I've done this before.
Red's wife sent me the You on America's Got Talent. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That was intense.
Thanks.
And we'll have the last one.
Say it again.
I said, we'll have the last one.
There you go. Yeah. And I'm not going to lie. Like, I recognize with smokers, you have control of this one thing. You can take a breath and take a moment, and this is the one thing you can control. On the other hand, controlling you.
Right.
But this makes people feel empowered. It gives them an excuse. I'm not going to lie. The only thing about coronavirus is I get to wear a mask, and if I'm on the street who I don't know if I know, I can hide my emotions.
Yes.
And it's a great thing to hide behind. You have a cigarette. Hey, bum a cigarette, bum a light. You have a conversation starter. I get the few positives of smoking. I really, truly do. After a meal, etc. You're not going to be an ex-smoker because X's are negative. You're going to be a healthy person. You get the difference?
Absolutely.
I don't want you to be an ex-drinker or an ex-smoker. I want you to be a healthy person.
It's like I'm not an ex-drinker.
There you go.
I'm just making better life choices.
Better life choices, or, you know, I choose not to drink. Like, you're not drinking right now. You don't have to. If you're going to hop in a car, you're like, well, when I get there, I can have a drink. You have control. Like, I get it. For some people, things can be a disease.
Right.
But for smoking, it's this. So this might take 2 sessions, me doing this right now, and then I'll give you an audio that you can listen to. Of course, when you're not driving, it's kind of like a booster.
Okay.
But that's all. let's give this 2 minutes, okay?
Okay.
You got your cell phone on silent. I'll do the same mine.
I will put it on silent. Of course, I told everyone at 5 o'clock I was going to get hypnotized, so I have like a million messages right now.
That's awesome. Like, is it working? Did it work? Are you
Yeah.
a chicken? The beautiful thing is you're at home, I assume.
I
So
am.
you know you're not going to do anything crazy.
No. Nope. And I was asking Red, I said, should I sit on the couch? Should I sit on the floor? I don't know.
Sit on the couch. You don't need to do anything. Like, I'm doing all the work.
Okay, I didn't know if I had to stand up or anything. I'm perfect right here.
Cool. Ready, Red?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Mike, you ready?
Ready.
Jeremy, when you talk to yourself, do you give yourself a name or anything like that? Do your friends call you anything?
Just done. Just done.
Done. Yes.
Yep.
Oh, that's great. All right. You still have it lit?
I'm sorry?
Cigarette still lit?
No, I just put it out.
Great. Allow your eyes to close once. Imagine go all the way back to your very first cigarette. You can go there just as easy as 1, 2, 3 in your mind. Where are you when you're first having that very first cigarette? You can tell me when you're ready.
I'm in my car. I'm 20. And my first fiance just told me that she had an abortion.
That's good to share. Breathe in that. Accept it. Accept whatever pain. And as you exhale, let that pain out. Or whatever feeling, that natural feeling you have with that, let it out. Where did the cigarette from?
Her purse.
And how are you feeling when she told you that?
Crushed.
Understand. It makes sense that when we're hurt, we reach for anything that might help. But do you understand that her telling you that hurt you? And now you're reaching for something from her that will cause you more damage. Damage to your health. So deep breath in and see yourself instead pushing that cigarette away, acknowledging that pain hurts. But picking up something from next that will cause more damage in the future, prolonged damage, will not help you. Let that go. In fact, many people say the first time they've smoked a cigarette, it tastes dirty, ashy. Do you recall a feeling when you had a cigarette and it did taste dirty in your mouth and you coughed and found it disgusting?
Yes.
Imagine you're in the moment again right now and you're taking a puff. Don't move a muscle, but breathe in that puff of the dirty air. Good. That's the feeling you get when there's smoke entering your lungs. The most essential organ. As we take in our last breath, our lungs, we have to protect them. Breathe in, breathe out, and let go. And what you're feeling right now, as you breathe in this fresh air, is what you can and will experience the rest of life. From this day forward, you might have one cigarette tomorrow. You might try to have one cigarette tonight. But just that quickly, remember, it does no good for your body and it doesn't taste good in your mouth. Every time you pick up that cigarette, I want you to picture in mind, that pack is from your ex's purse. And not only will it bring harm to your body, Think of it the most disgusting place. That ex dropped that pack of cigarettes in a urinal. You would never smoke. Never put something to your mouth that's been in a urinal. In a public bathroom. It will give you cancer. It makes no sense. You don't have the urge to even touch, to look at a cigarette. And if anyone's smoking in your presence, that smell, that dirty air makes you turn away. They can be good. You acknowledge them as friends. Breathe in, breathe out. You used to smoke, but now you live a healthier life. You used to weigh over 200 pounds. One drastic, but only one change, changed your entire trajectory of your life, your quality of life. And each day you don't smoke, your confidence will go up, your smile will increase, and your level of happiness will also go up. Again, hearing the voice tonight, you might feel the urge to smoke, but that urge will be stronger than you. That urge won't be as strong as that memory of that cigarette and all the sadness that came with it. Logically, it doesn't make sense to overcome sadness with something that will cause you physical pain. Very last thing, we need to reward you. When this coronavirus is over, when you're 30 days, 60 days, 80 days smoke-free, when you've saved all this money you used to spend, you will take your nieces to their favorite restaurant. Imagine how great that'll be. You could have dessert with them. You living for your two nieces, not just for yourself. Living longer and healthier and a happier life for your family. In 10 numbers, you'll come back. Remember everything I said. Give yourself 30 days, 60 days, 90 days smoke-free. Not an expert, but a healthy person. The first number is 1. Remember everything was said here. And 2. And at 10, you'll be alert. Realize you have an urge later to smoke, but if you touch that cigarette, it might still feel soggy from a urinal. You put it close to your face and remember the pain. The distorted notion that you cannot help her with more hurt. Only stepping away from cigarettes and making healthier choices will be happier. 2 and 3 and 4. Slowly having positive feeling about a healthier you, a more confident you, seeing yourself at restaurant with your smiling, beautiful nieces. 5, 6, more alert slowly. You might feel your breathing start to increase, feeling better than when you woke up this morning. 7 and 8, slowly you'll come back at 10. Remember everything that was said here. No negative feelings, only positive feelings towards your new healthy life. 8, 9, and deep breath in, and alert now, 10. Boom. Looking good, son.
Thanks.
How you feeling, Jeremy?
I feel really relaxed.
That's good. That's good. So what do you need to do next, Chris?
Well, lift now. I will send you an audio. You can listen to it. Usually it takes 2 steps. You can listen to it at your own. I know some hypnotists who say you can smoke 1 cigarette, have that final goodbye. You're allowed to do that tomorrow if you feel the urge. Tonight, if you urge, I really think that it's going to be just as easy as looking at it and saying, ooh, I really don't want this. Tomorrow, I might smoke 1. How many were you smoking before this?
With my stress level lately and as bad as everything's been going, I've been at probably a pack a day.
Yeah. So, going from a pack a day, in a perfect world, you'd be at 0 effectively now. But if you have tonight, please don't beat yourself up. Don't think, shit, it didn't work. I wasted 20 minutes. You're not my time if you are adding time to your life. If you have one cigarette tomorrow, like I had it and I didn't want it, that's what I expect to hear.
Okay.
We'll follow up tomorrow, because if it didn't work, I'm not happy at all. I'm only happy when it's successful.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'll do, Jeremy, I'll take your email and I'll give it to Chris so he can send you the audio tape.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. We'll see if we can link you up later on so we can see if we can do a second session, okay?
Okay. Sounds great, guys.
All right, thank you, man, for joining us. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I see the wheels in your head turning. You good, Dunn?
Yeah. I got a terrible taste in my mouth.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
You're right. It's like, that's good.
That's
That's
good.
good.
Yeah. It just tastes like, like ashtray.
I did my job then. No, I want you to, you brush your teeth. That's easy. It's a scenario. Two-part solution. Brush your teeth, and then just don't put more ash in your mouth.
Makes complete sense.
I got one more thing. Do you have a mason jar that you can put some money into for your niece's restaurant date?
I do.
Yeah. So I want you cigarettes in the jar, and then money. And then in days, you will have a nice pile of money, and you can take them wherever you want at your restaurant.
Okay. I can do that.
That is the most beautiful, ugly trophy you can have, and you will earn it.
Awesome.
Cool, man.
Thank you, Jeremy, for joining us. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thanks, guys.
It's a pleasure, man. We'll talk
Absolute
soon.
pleasure. Okay.
Bread and my saving the day. Saving the day.
Red, you have my email, right?
I do, yes. Yep. I'll send it. You sent it to me yesterday, so I'll send it to Chris so you can have it. So you can send you the stuff you need.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I'll leave you guys to it.
All right, sounds good, man. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
You too.
You too, man.
Mike, you stayed awake. I
Yeah,
wanted to
man.
see if you.
I was watching Mike to see if he fall asleep.
Yeah, right.
I had to get up and take a piss in the middle of that. My bad.
Yes.
Everyone does. Well, I saw a kid. His head full of hair.
I saw Ivy walk in and look at us a little bit there.
Oh yeah. Eating this popsicle.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good, man. I'm hoping that it works on him. He seems like a genuinely nice guy, you know.
You don't meet people who want to quit smoking, who want to get healthy, that are mean, you know?
Right.
It's hard to ask for help and be a jerk. You don't get the two.
Mm-hmm.
So when people come and they're like, I need help, it's usually they're coming from a sad spot or like hard empathy and love. So I'm happy to help.
Do you get a lot of people that reach out just for stuff like this to be helped us smoking or drinking or anxiety or anything like that?
I have a whole file of folders, like, and after America's Got Talent, like, every Memorial Day weekend is the anniversary of America's Got Talent, which is also the anniversary psych ward. So, like, I literally watched America's Got the year after I was off of it, like, in a gown, like, I was on this show. I'm a hypnotist. And they're like, sure you are crazy. And my dad's like, well, he's crazy, but he's right about that. Like, he was a show. And I was like, I shook Howie Mandel's hand. Google me. And they're like, they took away your phone. You can't Google me. I'm like, all right, fine.
That's pretty cool.
Tangent. Well, I'll let you guys get back to whatever you want. Sincerely, thank you for hanging out with me.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you showing up, man. It was short notice, but you know,
my pleasure.
Time.
I don't know if it's your son.
What's that?
That's my other son, Minden.
He didn't even wake up for
I
it.
didn't
There we
even
go.
see it. Oh my god! I saw the bag. I didn't see the dog laying there.
Don't care at all.
Oh my
Like-
god! I didn't hear a beep from him. He wasn't doing it.
Zero cares.
He just chilling over there.
Just chilling. Everything into a pillow.
Oh man, that is a cute dog, man. What is his name?
Pickles. Last story. Someone stole the World Cup trophy, and a dog named Pickles recovered the trophy.
Oh wow.
My wife named him Pickles after the heroic trophy dog.
That used to be my nickname.
Pickles?
Yeah, it used to be Pickles for my brother Vince. He used to call me Pickles.
That's awesome.
Well, why would you call you Pickles?
I don't know.
I wasn't going to ask. I was just going to be like, yeah, that's great.
I wanted to know that shit. Why did he call you Pickles? All right, man. Well, I know you have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff to do with the
I'm
wife.
just going to eat my wife's cooking. It's pretty great.
I was gonna say your wife is probably like, "Come on over here."
Yeah. Dude, next time we do this, I want to see Little Red.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can bring him. Hey, you're just watching TV. I can bring him over here.
Tal.
I like
Those
how you.
are probably 2 words I know.
I liked how you switched to the black background when you were about to hypnotize him.
Yeah, that was dope. I like that. Yeah.
Let's get hypnotized.
Come here. Come here. There he is.
What up, man?
Chris.
Hi.
He sent you the messy shirt and the messy shorts and
Jersey and stuff.
jersey. That's Chris. That's my friend.
How's it going, bud?
Good.
It's nice to meet you, even if it's from long distance.
Nice to meet you too. Come on.
Me too.
That's cool. I'm shy a lot with people that are new. It's cool.
Yeah,
Do you like dogs? We got a puppy here.
Other dogs. Yeah,
His name is Pickles.
Pickles.
I got another dog named Mo. So I got more pickles.
Does Pickles like pickles?
Yes, he does. You're a smart young man. He definitely does.
Got it. Go.
Have a good weekend, man.
You too, man. Well,
Oh, that was
keep
for
in
him.
touch.
That was
Oh,
for
that's
him.
on me.
You also.
Do you? How do you want to proceed with Jeremy? Do you want me to?
Shoot him my email. Shoot
Yeah.
me his email. Either way is cool.
Okay.
The sign of the dash in his mouth is a good sign.
Yeah. All right, man. I won't keep you long. I hope everything works out.
Hard to say goodbye.
Yeah, man.
Mike,
I'll holler at you.
good luck with them 2 kids.
Thanks,
Ready?
man.
'Cause that's the man you are. I'm going to go check on my unborn daughter.
You got a name yet?
No.
Didn't you say you
I
want
want-
to name her Karma? It was not.
I want to name her Karma. It's not going to let that fly.
Karma with a K?
Yeah.
Nice.
But I don't know. We'll just see. All right. Stay
man.
classy, guys.
Have a nice weekend.
All right, man.
Peace. Yeah, you too. Enjoy it.
Bye. All right, well, that's our show, right? Well, we'll see you next time.